Current clean and jerk standings, Gospodinov is leading on 204, a kilo ahead of the other Lithuanian, Zygimantas Stanolis. That's what happened in the B and C group earlier on, and we're joining the action with Alexander Bursanov of Belarus, coming out at 200 kilograms. All men, all attempts 200 and above. 440 pounds, 32 stone. Yes, just lost it a little bit with his elbow, and then, of course, never really held it.
No, not the best start. The clean seemed fairly straightforward.
He did take a few adjustments to get it right with his hands, though, didn't he?
Yeah, well, from here, he drives it off his shoulders to try and adjust the hands. Just gets it off his windpipe, but it wasn't comfortable. Just right, press out with the right arm, sidestepped to his left. It's difficult to control when the bar's going sideways.
I wonder what we'll get up to in this competition. 12 men in this A group, with the highest starting posted. Well, it's not this man, it's not Didspalis. We got second there in the snatch with 185. He's posted 210. It's 215, and Kirbayev of Kazakhstan. Sadov, who just won the snatch with 188, has also posted 215. Now things are changing a little bit, and of course Louis Hao of China, wow, he can clean and jerk the house. He very rarely misses anything, and I imagine he'll be putting an enormous amount on the bar at the end to try and go for something special. He did 221 at the Asian Games.
He's 14 kilos down on the bronze medal at the moment. That's a significant weight to try and make up.
It is, yeah. Sadov doesn't have the best clean and jerk, though. That's well known. That's why Ilya Ilin would always beat him. Of course, Ilin has the world record at 233, and Ilin will go in the under 105s tomorrow for Kazakhstan. Now, Bursanov trying 200 again here for Belarus.
Just look at the grip. Thumb is behind the bar. Not recommended. If those wrists just have a small flick, that bar's going to come straight back down. Obviously what he finds comfortable.
Well, he got it after a bit of a struggle, and well, if he's following himself again here and looking at the other starting weights, the next lowest, Abdallah of Egypt, well, he's on 203, so hopefully he'll do him a favour here and come out at that. And I imagine Bursanov might go for maybe 204, 205. He doesn't look good for too much more.
It's so frustrating coming into these championships in great shape and then things not just coming together at the right time.
Abdallah, 203 it is then. Did 170 in the snatch. Did a big personal best there. Hit 3 out of 3. But 170 is only good enough for 11th in this World Championships at the moment.
Oh, dipped sideways. Well, that's going to be a bit of a setback. It's going to take quite a lot out of him as well.
Really aggressive in the squat.
Just lacked the extension, but the speed under the bar made up for it. You see as he dipped, he went to his left, our right as we look at it. Just wonder then whether he's carrying an injury. The result of dipping onto that left leg meant that his right foot, his back foot, moved sooner.
So I imagine he'll be following himself here, because Bursanov has gone to 2:05. I'm not convinced he's going to be making that, but Abdallah 2:03. Would it be worth him going up to 2:05 to buy himself time there?
Thing is, he could do that, but if the other lifters then change their weight, it comes straight back to him. So risky. If I were him, if I were coaching him, I'd probably say let's stay on that. Let's get that one in. We know how long you've got, 2 minutes to recover. That should be okay.
Now we're looking at the Russian there, Rinat Kireev, who's standing fourth, 176 his snatch. Kireev got an opener of 2:11 posted at the moment, so still going through his warm-up. Probably won't see him for at least another 10, 15 minutes perhaps. Abdallah has got 2 minutes to follow himself. That's why we're getting to see some of this action backstage.
It's 180 on the bar.
2:03 then.
Just a second on the clock. Needs to drive off both legs. Better, much better. Oh, can he hold it?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, he's done well. That's the elbow, that is, yeah, his elbow's gone. He's okay. I don't think it's...
Well, he seems to be in obviously a great deal of discomfort here, and they'll block everything from view now and allow him a bit of privacy here to get sorted. We didn't see a dislocation there, but of course, doesn't mean things didn't go.
It didn't come out as we've seen previously, but you can just see the stress that his elbows are under now. When he lands this jerk, it's his left one. Just this movement here, there. It's done well to hold it, but
yeah, I mean there was no real movement there actually, and luckily I think did he get the down signal? Yes, he did. So he's registered a total. He's second overall in the World Championships, and well, if it's any consolation, and it will be in retrospect, it was a good battle. He got it.
There's no way he's going to come out for his final attempt. That's game over now. It's always, I don't, it's not a bad dislocation, but it's definitely giving him some trouble. They've got doctors there on the side. He'll be okay.
Yes, I mean we didn't see anything move there, and you've got that much weight above your head. Things can happen. Off he goes, and yes, I'm pretty sure that's the last we'll see. So well done, at least, to Ragab Abdallah of Egypt for getting that lift in, getting himself a total of 373. And it's hard for it not to be lost on the other competitors. He's coming in here in front of them. It's slowed things up a little bit, but they can't let it get to them. Well, we've just seen pictures moments ago of Abdallah coming off stage there. It's not a dislocation of any variety, which is good news, but I think it's the last we'll see of the Egyptian. And this clean and jerk competition continues on here at the IWF World Weightlifting Championships, men's 94 kilo category. And starting to get up towards some serious weights now. The big man, though, expected to come in around 215. Chumak choosing 205 kilograms for his entry.
Oh, I don't know. Elbow movement, maybe. Got it.
He almost doesn't do himself any favours by ripping it so hard off the floor, it bounces against him.
Well, he had his starting weight down as 210. He's lowered that to 205. The clean was fairly tough. It was a definite press out. Lucky to get away with that one.
Alexander Bursanov. Final lift for him. It was a real battle to get his second one up, 200. He missed it the first time. He's had a lot of time since then, so perhaps with the recovery, he could get this.
Oh, look at that. Pushes himself away from the bar. Oh, can he stand still?
Oh, my
No,
goodness.
it's speeding up.
He's holding.
Oh, he's got it. Look at that. Has to keep his feet planted. They have to be in line. Doesn't matter which way he's facing.
One red, two whites. So I wonder if the jury will get involved here. You think that was a good lift?
I think that was okay. Somehow he managed to keep his feet planted and stationary long enough to get the down signal. The fact the bar was still moving shouldn't matter, but when he starts to turn, the bar will just speed up and keep increasing. So he did so well to steady himself. Look at that, pushes himself away, gets back under. Just as you think he's got it, he starts doing a helicopter. Doesn't matter where you finish, so long as your feet are in line.
This is a very awkward looking finish, but it's a good one. The jury haven't stepped in. Good news for Bursanov, who's moves up to third overall with a total of 375. Chumak leads with 378 as a total. And now the turn of Vadzim Straltsov of Belarus to come in. 207. Slightly brought his opener down.
Nice overhead. Very experienced athletes here that have done thousands upon thousands of repetitions. They know exactly where their body's going.
Yes, none more so than this man, 28. He's the senior citizen of the category. Just one Zielinski brother left in the competition. The Olympic champion, Adrian, I'm afraid, is out. So Polish hopes now on Tomasz. 208. To start his clean and jerk. He did 210 to win the clean and jerk at the Europeans.
It's a good effort. He's got a total. It's not very often we see athletes coming out with no wrist supports, no back support, and no knee supports on.
Well, one red light there. Interesting. Did he see a little tiny bit of flexion here, or a little oscillation perhaps?
You won't see from this angle. I didn't see anything wrong with it. Nothing wrong with that. That step forward is allowed. No oscillation.
Is it his right arm here? Let's have a little look. Wow, there was more shoulder movement than anything.
If anything, that's a hyperextension, not a press out. It was harsh refereeing, but anyway, he's got the lift, which is a good thing.
So Tomasz Zielinski leads the clean and jerk for the time being. We still have Kirisu, Seedorf, Gitsbalis, Straltsov, and we've seen Straltsov, Louis, and Kidabayev. So a number of men still to join. They're still to join, haven't even done a single lift yet. And here's Ditsbalis warming up.
200 on the bar. Near enough a power clean.
Wow, that is looking strong, isn't it?
Oh, he's looking very dominant in the upper body. You can see just how well he's built.
And Louis Howe, the Asian champion, just pondering things at the moment. It did not go well at all for him in the snatch. He's going to have to go up to some kind of world record level, I think, if he's going to pull this one back now. And this is Anatoly Kirisu of Moldova, 210, his opener here. And a real battle in the snatch with his right arm. Hasn't got a good lock out there. He's had a dislocated elbow in the past, but 3 out of 3. Let's see how it affects him here in the clean and jerk.
Oh, wow, that is a terrible lockout. But no movement in the elbow, he should be fine.
And that's one of the worst lockouts I've seen, actually. And you'd think they'd have to be at that lockout. He'd have to have a huge amount of tricep strain to hold it there.
Well, wouldn't usually encourage athletes to spend much time working on upper body strength, but here you can just see, because the arm's not locked, the triceps are working overtime. If the arm is dead straight, it's dead easy. All the tricep does is stabilise the elbow, but here he's really pushing against it.
Yeah, the weight's not being supported through the skeleton like it should be. And Dimitro Chumak comes out for 210. Comfortable at 205.
Good lifting. Fairly straightforward. 2 from 2. Is there another one there? He uses the bounce to drive straight out. Dip and drive to arm's length.
And in terms of what people are still expected to come out at, obviously Adrian Zielinski's not coming out. He bombed in the snatch and he's pulled himself out of the clean and jerk. Abdallah did 203, having struggled on the first one. He's just upped his weight to 210. Rinat Kireev, the Russian, 3 out of 3 in the snatch. Started at 169, finished at 176, so he started heavy, was in good shape. 211. That's what he's going for now. Abdallah's pulled out. He's not doing his last one, the Egyptian, no surprise.
Oh, so close. Tremendous leg strength to stand up with a clean so easily. Just couldn't quite get his body back under the bar on the jerk.
Yeah, and I think when the weight is this heavy, I mean, look at the way it starts to whip up and down. Even at the top of the jerk, it's almost adds to the difficulties for these guys. Could just use oscillation a little bit in his favor there.
Looks okay until he starts recovering.
Tomasz now. Only Zielinski left. Adrian's pulled out. He bombed in the snatch. He could have come out in the clean and jerk. You are allowed to do that at the World Championships. Go for just that medal. He's decided not to.
That's there.
That is there. Good lifting indeed, and that's a kilo ahead of what he did when he won the clean and jerk at the European Championships earlier in the year. He's done a 2:15 at his very best. I think he may make an assault on that. That 2:11 looked actually more comfortable than his initial 2:08.
Yes, I think so. There's more there.
Yes, he's retired. Good to see it's no kind of dislocation or anything too bad, not even ice on it now. So
I'm just questioning whether that was a dislocation or just cramp in the forearm.
Cramp, and yes, and of course all that adrenaline. Maybe he heard something click as well, and that's half of it is fear. You can see someone there with a towel over their head jogging towards the platform. Has someone mistimed things? Maybe it's Didsbalis who's coming out now. He hasn't done a lift yet in the snatch.
He's going to be timed. I think he's missed the time.
2:14. Oh no, has he missed his first lift? Oh, I'm not sure if that was a sign of him looking a bit faint or quite what here.
I saw 4 seconds on the clock as he came onto the platform, so not sure what's happened there, whether they've just restarted the clock, whether there was a technical error, I'm not sure. But he looks, that's the 30-second buzzer. But that said, he's just run to the platform. Weightlifters don't run.
Yeah, this is where things get confusing with people dropping out, pulling out. But he's got 3 attempts ahead of him. 2:14. Oh, that's deep and recovered well. Can he hold it? Thank goodness.
That was not tidy. I believe he'll get that. I didn't see any infringements of the rules, but that was an athlete under some real pressure, having run out to the platform, then tried to recompose himself. The clean was slightly forwards, the jerk was, well, let's have a look. As he stood up, there, heels came up. Watch the body quivering under the bar. Really low. That's the kind of position that you need to get into on top weight. Look at the elbows, really pushing hard against the bar.
That's an incredibly strong right thigh, isn't it, to go that deep with that weight. And Rinat Kireev, well, this is part of the reason perhaps why there's confusion. 2:11 missed in his opener. He's now up to 2:14. If he misses this, he's in big trouble.
Well, the opener looked comfortable. It was just the recovery on the clean and jerk. Can he stand still? Yes, he can. Well, it was a good call in the end, a risky decision,
Absolutely.
but it's paid off.
Really good call. Very sensible from the Russian coaches there. You've only got 3 attempts. The Russians, of course, are here to win medals. As you start to get towards the heavy categories, that's when you start to see the Russians really come to the fore. So, Tomasz Zielinski, 2:14. It's a kilo below his personal best. It'll take him up to 3:86. And, well, it's all academic. It was not even a particularly quick deadlift in the end. And he is 3rd in the clean and jerk at the moment and 3rd in the overall. And it doesn't look good for the Zielinskis to get a medal here, and that's a big surprise, really big surprise, because Adrian, the Olympic champion, of course, if you just joined us, bombed out in the snatch, decided not to go in the clean and jerk, and this could be a big Kazakh story tonight. They got the gold in the snatch with Vladimir Sidov, the bronze courtesy of this man, Zashelan Kirabayev, who is coming out for what we believe is 2:15. Yes, it is. This would take him straight up to 3:94. 2nd in the overalls behind the Lithuanian.
Oh, great jerk. Such a long, tall, rangy lifter. It's a long way for that bar to travel, and he demonstrated great control all the way through.
Yeah, not celebrating quite the way he did in snatch, a little tighter, and he has to regroup ready for the next lift.
How far the bar pulled him forwards, recovered well, still hit full extension. Really quick into that receiving position.
So just 2 men still to join in this clean and jerk contest, and Louis Hao is one of them. 2:15. Big clean and jerker, the Chinese, and then Vladimir Sidov, expected in at the same weight, the other Kazakh.
Nice. Very explosive. He's come out here meaning business now on the clean and jerk. He has a big deficit to make up from the snatch. His first attempt was good. He's just going to have to play a waiting game and see what the other athletes take. He has to decide now whether just to go for a medal on the clean and jerk or to try and get back in contention for the overall. There wasn't much wrong with that technically.
Last man to join in then, and Vladimir Sidov, combined with his 188 world record equaling snatch, this 2:15 will take him way above the others in the total. It was a bit ugly, but stood up with ease, and didn't quite get that timed well at all.
No, it was very unstable throughout the lift. Didn't quite get the adjustment after the clean. Had to, well, we'll see here now, usually the lifter would stand up out of the clean, drive it straight off their shoulders to adjust, but because he stepped forwards, he couldn't. There's the adjustment, straight into the jerk, a little rushed, and if you can see this from the side, just watch the position of his feet. He was all on his front leg on the jerk. Ideally you want to split nice and even, so the weight's 50-50 on both legs. All on the front leg, back leg was straight, pulled the hips back, no chance.
Well, Louis Hao leads at the moment. Kirabayev, the other Kazakh, in second place due to body weight. The Lithuanian Disbalas only a kilo behind. They all have 2 lifts left. So does Sidov, though. I'm sure he'll get one in, hopefully. I say hopefully because it is his Achilles heel. That's not great when it's a combination of just 2 events. In the past, he's come out. He has been world champion, of course, but very often he's come out of the World Championships, won the snatch, and then just doesn't have the clean and jerk to match. And you can see why. It's almost a confidence thing, a head thing there. He's just rushing things. He's clearly got the strength the way he stood up with that.
Yes, he does, but now you can see just how out of breath he is. He's only had 2 minutes to recover. You can see the clock on nearly 45 seconds. So he's only had just over a minute of that time. If I were coaching him, I'd have held him back a bit longer, give him a bit more time, a few more seconds. Okay, the clean is better. And he's done well. I think the stagger forwards after the clean on the first attempt was what threw him previously. Really, really good recovery. Nice to see that he has a total. And that was just 2 kilos below his best. So he is starting on a heavy weight.
Yeah, see, he's almost been teased before because Ilin, he could beat Ilin in the snatch, and then Ilin would pretty much go to whatever he wanted and then hammer him with the clean and jerk. Of course, Ilin has the world record at this category, 233 kilograms. She did at the London Olympics. Just really raised the roof that day, and you can see when you have such a big clean and jerk how in some ways it's more important to have the big clean and jerk because you can gain that much more, you can bet that much more on it. As that Chumak comes out for 2:15 now. And no, his head was never in that. But this is the problem, of course, isn't it? You bet big. We've seen it in the past, some ludicrous weights being put on by super heavies on the last lift in some kind of hit and hope way, and occasionally it comes off. But
well, this game is so much to do with the psychology. There's a tremendous amount of self-belief that you have to take with you onto the platform. Yes, these athletes have come here in good physical condition. We know that, but that's only part of it. The technical aspects are critical, and the mental strength, believing you're capable of these weights before you even take the bar off the floor, is absolute paramount.
Strauts off. 9 kilos up, 216.
A 9 kilo increase he made to look easy. That was comfortable, and he's really kept himself in contention for a medal on the clean and jerk. Still one attempt remaining. Just going a little bit dizzy. Coach giving him a whiff of the smelling salts. Good extension, lovely and straight at the top. Bounces straight out. Really good in the overhead position. Arms nice and straight.
Kirisu, 216. Well, the man with just about the worst lockout in this championships has done 4 out of 4 so far, from snatch through to clean and jerk. Things are just getting more and more out of kilter, aren't they, as the weight goes up and up. As he cleans here, he jumps a few inches to the right. As an athlete, it's one of the difficult things, isn't it, to overcome an injury, because you compensate elsewhere, don't you? And you know, your technique is one thing that starts to go, and then so do other body parts eventually.
Well, if you start overcompensating, but with one side you end up with muscle imbalances, that's when you're more exposed to injury. So whenever I've had an injury, or my athletes have had injuries, I always try and take them back a few steps, go back to basics, make sure we've got the injury back under control, make sure we've rehabbed it correctly, and then it's a progressive loading stage, trying to get back to where they were, not doing it so suddenly that those errors are exposed.
And there is the Chinese, Louis Hao. 215 was good for him, looked solid. He's posted 221 to equal his Asian Games lift.
The coach is having a discussion here with Kiriev, trying to establish what weight he's going to take on his final attempt. The coaches will suggest the weight, the lifter's got to agree. At the end of the day, if they don't agree, don't believe they're capable of it, then they're going to struggle. So
we're looking at Seedoff here. Now, he was magnificent in the snatch, world record equaling 188. You can see his clean and jerk doesn't quite match up. 215. He's got one lift left. It said 220 there on the scoreboard just a second ago, and he's got the lead at the moment from first to second. He's only got 4 kilos though, as it does Ballas. If he comes out at 218, he'll match that and go into first on body weight. Kirisu first though, 216 again.
Oh, he's under pressure there. Does not look comfortable. Oh, what's going on there? Oh, I think he's blacked out. He's okay, he's okay. He's gone down. Bar was on his windpipe.
Yeah, it normally takes a few seconds. Of course, when you do, it's happened a couple of times to me. Yeah. It happens to most people who've done weightlifting at some point or another. You just wake up from, it can take 5 seconds, it can take 30 seconds.
That's right, the bar's on his windpipe here. He's done well to carry on. Body's just gone there. Whoops, there we go. Seeing quite a spectacular fall, like he didn't hurt himself. He's fine, he's walking off.
Yes, it can be a little off-putting. The next time you step out to do a heavy weight, it can just be in the back of your mind. But it does happen to most. Now, Rimas Ditsbalis 218. So this will equal Seedorf in terms of overall total. By body weight, he'll go into the lead. And Seedorf has one reply. He'll have one reply back. So his first one wasn't that convincing, though.
Not today. Taking a slow walk off the platform, that is sensible. He's got to recover quickly. The longer the lifter takes to move off the platform, the more time they buy themselves. The loaders are not allowed on until the lifter is off. Just not quite able to recover.
Here's the current standings in the clean and jerk. You can see Seedorf in second there. Wow of China in third. 3 men actually all on 2:15. Up the top it's Streltsov of Belarus. A very smart technique of his, incredibly efficient. By a kilogram he leads. It's going to be Ditsbalis who's following himself here. He's got the power to clean it. He's got very long arms though, and he has to go down into a pretty deep split jerk, deeper than almost anybody else's. And well, if he didn't have those enormous quads, he wouldn't stand a chance. But
he's doing the right thing because of his leverage. He's doing exactly the right thing. As my coach always used to say to me, split to the bar. Wherever you can drive that bar to on the day, you've got to split long enough and drop low enough to be able to catch it at arm's length. So if that means going that inch wider, with your feet further forwards, further back, dropping that bit lower, then so be it. Split to the bar, and that's exactly what he's attempting to do.
Ditsbalis is personal best, 216. So this is 2 kilos above it, and this is his final lift. He's sitting in a silver medal position overall. So move him up into first in the clean and jerk from 5th and first overall.
Oh, that's frustrating.
Too much effort, wasn't it, in the previous lift? He really did give it a good fight.
Well, as he stood up, he tried to adjust it off his shoulders, off his windpipe, and adjusted it back to the floor instead. Watch what happens. It's a disappointing end to his campaign today. And this guy has on the internet posted a 240 jerk, so it's a weight that he should have been capable of.
Ditsbalis, a 240 jerk. That's what we've been messaged on Twitter, of course, at Michaela Breeze, if you want to send a message through to us. And big moment here for Seedorf. He's in the lead overall. This will extend it. Stands up with ease, so much power. And he's nailed it. Surely that's it. And that could well put it out of sight for anybody else. The Chinese is really going to have to lift the house here if he's going to come back from that. 219, clean and jerk. Gold medal position at the moment. And in terms of overall, because of Ditsbalis having taken all of his turns, the Lithuanian, 407 he's on now, and Louis Howe on 380. He'd have to go. No, it's impossible. Impossible, surely. We have to. Let's have a look for third place. Hidabayev, the other Kazakh. I suppose it's possible if he got up near a world record clean and jerk, he could still be beating this man, but Well, he's got one hand and full fingers on the gold medal now.
He's given himself every opportunity here. He's in the best position possible. Left nothing behind. Eyeballs out. Some fantastic lifting.
So, this is the man who really stands a chance of putting him under pressure. He gave up 9 kilos to seed off in the snatch. This is 221. Takes him, yes, from 4th to 1st in the clean and jerk. And, well, how close is he to Disbalis in terms of overall? He's going to be very close when it comes up here, and I think it might take him to a 400 total. Is that second place? Yes, it is.
We've got Kazakhstan 1 and 2 at the moment as it stands, with only a couple of lifters left to reply.
Disbalis will be chewing his fingernails right now. He might slip off the podium here if he's really unlucky. Kirayev, of course, has 1 lift left as well. And actually, he's gone for 224, Kirayev, the Russian. And that would take him up to 400 kilos and equal the Lithuanian in the overall, if he were to hit it. Before him, though, of course, we've got the Chinese. Louis Hao.
Louis Howe's going to need something close to world record clean and jerk on a 3rd attempt, if successful with this one, to have any chance of getting himself up on the podium.
Yes, this won't even get him anywhere near at the moment. But he'll have the lead of the clean and jerk.
He's on his toes, covers well. Well, the cheers in the crowd, not the most sportsmanlike, but they're obviously celebrating every failure now that goes down, because they've got their lifters 1 and 2 on the podium at the moment, with only a couple of lifts remaining.
Right now, Louis Hao, the Asian champion, 15th in snatch after a really, really poor start, and currently 4th in the clean and jerk, 1 lift left. When you see a Chinese lifter come out of the World Championships, okay, as it gets heavier, maybe not so much favourites, but he really was one of the main players in this. So the 2 Kazakhs having a tussle right now. What is Kidabayev going to go for?
224. If he's successful with it, it will knock Disbalis off the podium.
Well, 225 is what's posted. Why is he posting 225 then? Kirayev, yes, indeed, Kirayev 224, yes, would bring him up to Disbalis and knock Disbalis off, and Russia would go into 3rd. I'm thinking actually Kidabayev, can he go ahead of Sidov, the other Kazakh, and take gold? He would have to go up to near 229, wouldn't he? Anyway, it's all academic right now. Focusing on what we've got right here, and it is Louis Hao trying to get himself up into a medal position, at least from something, from his main discipline, the clean and jerk. And once he's gone, the other 3 men have 1 lift left each, the 2 Kazakhs and the Russian. Yes, I think that's a good lift.
It is. I actually thought he was going to drop that after the clean. Just see his body starting to shake, lack of oxygen to the brain. That was an aggressive end to the lift. And he's put himself right up there now in gold medal position on the clean and jerk. Not good enough for a podium position overall. No. But he's fighting hard to get himself something.
Yes, gold medal at the moment on body weight. He's ahead of Kidabayev, who's equal on 221, but those grams of body weight make all the difference now. Still, Kidabayev has 1 return lift, and so too does this man Kireev, and Streltsov as well. Goodness, the Belarusian.
This is 5 kilos up on any weight that has been lifted at an international. So
this is massive for him. It'll take him from 390 in the overall, 5th, up to 400 and 3rd.
10 kilo increase.
Sticks it, oh, just out in front.
Wow. I don't know what to say. That was a tremendous effort. He's going to look back very frustrated, and I'm fairly sure if you give him another attempt, he could do that.
He really could do that. That was so close. Let's have a look again.
Clean was fine, no problems at all. Good leg strength to stand. Had to work hard. That's what we expect on these weights. But the jerk, he pushed himself away from the bar.
Two lifts to come. Streltsov of Belarus going for 2-2-4. Massive jump again. Started at 2:07. Thought he was optimistic at 2:16. He nailed it. Now 2:24. 4th in the clean and jerk. This will take him up to 400 kilos as well. He'll come onto the podium in the overall. All academic, so sadly for him, he's 5th in the snatch, and now it's just 4th in the clean and jerk and 4th in the overall. That's a bit of a body blow.
Well, it was a good effort. 9 kilos between his first and second attempt, 8 kilos then between second and third, giving everything to try and win a medal. Not to be today.
Well, you know, it's easy in hindsight to see it. But he wanted to get, of course, onto the podium for the total. But had he gone in 5 kilos lighter with that final clean and jerk, he'd have got himself a bronze in the clean and jerk. And we're looking at the man with 1 lift left. It's Kidabayev of Kazakhstan. He's going for 2:29, 8 kilos up on his previous. A massive lift, and it'll take him from 400 all the way up to 408. He needs a kilo more than Seedorf, and this will give it to him. This will give him the gold in the clean and jerk, and it'll move him from the silver overall right the way up to the gold. Kazakhstan 1-2, we know that. This is enormous.
There's Kazakhstan 1 and 2. Which order?
Sticks it overhead, and well, Ilya Ilin-esque. He nails an almost impossible weight to win it. He's the world champion, that's it. As soon as we get those 3 white lights confirming he is the man, and in what style. And just as Ilya Ilin moves on to the next weight category, Vladimir Seedorf steps out of the shadow again, and this man puts him right back in it. Zashelan Kidabayev, the youngster, 22 years old, 179 in the snatch. He was a massive 11 kilos down on Kidabayev, and that just ate it all back up in one hit. Massive clean and jerk gold, overall gold.
Absolutely incredible performance by both Kazakh lifters. On a home stage, what more can the crowd ask for? I wonder if they're still speaking now at the end of the competition.
Well, they still have so much to look forward to, the Kazakh crowd as well, with Ilya Ilin tomorrow. One of the greatest performers ever in weightlifting. He's never lost a weightlifting contest. It's hard to get your head around that. And he's won something like 5 world championships and 2 Olympic titles, and he's still just 26. And this is why the Kazakhs do it. Incredible belief in themselves. And you would just chuckle if we told you what Kadabayev's personal best was in the clean and jerk that we found before this.
198.
It wasn't even 200 kilos.
It was two years ago. He's young, he's improving. massive improvement.
229 kilograms, a truly world-class lift. 8 kilos above Louis Howe, who was in second in the end of the clean and jerk. Seedorf gets the bronze there in that discipline. Didzbalis down in 5th position. Bulgarian Gospadinov at the best of the B group in 11th. Olin Burns, the USA, further on down, doing some good lifting, 193, up near his personal best. But how about this? This is what we talked about, just stick whatever on the bar at the end and go for it. That's what happens with these big guys, and then we're getting bigger and bigger.
Well, you can only do this when you're as technically proficient as these lifters are.
There was a slight flex with his right arm if you were going to be super critical.
He's got a soft lock on his right arm, partly because his hands are so close, but that's the way he lifts, that's the style he lifts, and when you nail a 229, was it 31 kilos above a weight that's recorded at international before 2 years ago, superb.
Kitabayev's total 1 kilo ahead of his compatriot Seedorf, and Didzbalis nearly hitting the 400 kilo mark for total, gets the bronze medal for Lithuania. But this is a story of Kazakhstan, first and second. Brilliant for them.